According to Deadline, Michael B. Jordan says he's proud of Creed 3 co-star Jonathan Majors and would work with him again. Quote, "That's my boy." Michael B. Jordan has kind words about his right. Michael B. Jordan has kind words about his Creed 3 co-star Jonathan Majors. In a new interview, the Black Panther actor said he was open to working with Majors again more than a year after he was convicted of you know what, his ex-girlfriend. Quote, "But he's doing great. He just got engaged. I'm proud of his resilience and his strength through it all and his handling of it. I'm glad he's good. That's my boy." Jordan told GQ about Majors calling his legal troubles a tough situation. When the publication asked if he would work with Majors again, he said yes, yes. Let's see if they say what I heard already. They are not saying what I heard already. All right.
Yeah.
I heard that Creed 4 is supposed to be being developed soon, and Michael B. Jordan wants to bring back Jonathan Majors' Creed 3 character. So I'm calling cap, even though you're the one wearing the cap. I think it's bullshit. I don't think that's my boy, because why have you been quiet about my boy this whole time? You saying you want to work with him again because one, you saw the magazine Dreams trailer and the shit looked like he might be a better actor than you. One. Two,
Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you soulless.
sometimes you see
We don't
something.
need no haters. I haven't seen
Sometimes
this
you see
song in a long
something.
time.
Sometimes you see something that one of your peers does,
Mhm.
or just somebody else in your industry, and be like, shit, that is good
Now,
right there. God damn, this nigga killed it.
no.
What? Wow. I never did no shit like that. This nigga is nice. And I think he saw that magazine Dreams trailer and was like, shit, I'm about to kill white vampires in my movie, and this nigga's look at what this nigga's doing. I mean, I ain't done a deep roll probably since Fruitville Station. And look at this nigga here.
He's seen what Jonathan Majors can do. I feel like you really think that that's what it was?
I think that's number one. Magazine Dreams trailer. I think number two, we knew and we reported when we had that other show
Uh-huh.
that Amazon wanted to open up the Creed universe and create a bunch of other stuff and call it the Creed universe. That being said, Sinners is coming out.
It is.
He's and they probably gave him a call and said, "Hey man, you ready to start working on this Creed universe?"
Think he said no?
No, he said yes, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. He is reportedly. I heard on what I feel is a reliable source that he's working on Creed 4 and wants to bring back Jonathan Majors' character. And so I think, yeah, now that I want to use the actor to sell the movie or the show I'm directing, yeah, that's my boy. I'm so proud of him. Cause where the fuck has Michael B. Jordan been this whole time?
Well, let me ask you a question.
I ain't see him in a picture together. I ain't see him do a press release when the nigga was dancing like you. When he was dancing and embarrassing himself.
But let me ask
When he
you.
was crying because Megan Good hugged a better looking guy. None of these times did we see Michael B. Jordan come forward and say anything about Jonathan Majors. Now that Magazine Dreams is coming, and it looks like, hey, this nigga might win an Oscar. Now that Creed people are calling you and saying, hey man, let's get things in development. And now that there's rumors that he's coming back to Marvel, now that's your boy. Ain't that convenient? Where's Cardi B? How convenient is that? How fucking convenient is that?
You did it wrong.
All right, you do it. But you know what I'm talking about.
Convenient is that? How convenient is fucking that?
That.
She says it out of order.
Well, that's what I'm talking about right
Yeah.
there. That's my question. How fucking convenient is that?
Sure, it's convenient, but it's Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is huge. I kind of feel like what would you my previous question was, what would you do you feel that Michael B. Jordan should have had something to say when Jonathan Majors was going through his legal troubles?
I'm saying silence is saying something. That's
Of
one.
course.
Two,
But
hold on. Two, where you been, brother?
well, that's what I'm asking you. You think that he should have been present for that time? Because if I'm a huge star and I've already arrived, if you will, and you're on the come up, and like, I think you're cool and everything, and I liked working with you, and I think you're very talented, but your brand is not aligning with mine.
If
Am
you're
I
my
gonna come
boy,
out and publicly support you? Like,
yeah.
that's a real question.
Are you not my boy? Are you my boy or not?
But are they boys or are they colleagues?
He said that's my boy.
Yeah, but what does that really mean? Because
And that's what I'm
because
saying.
because for years Diddy and Jay-Z were standing next to each other, and now everybody want to walk that back. So if that's the case,
This is a bad example.
it's my point is, maybe it's a bad example, but my point is, things are not always as they seem, or things are not always as people say. Are they really that good of friends that he would have come out and defended him
That's
during
what
that
I'm
time?
saying.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't have that knowledge. I mean, if
Because
they're
my man won the Perseverance Award. And where was you at? You wasn't in the audience when he was crying.
because he wouldn't. That's my
When
point.
he was saying through the fire.
That was. I've been so embarrassed.
Where were you when my man was dancing and being made fun of?
You haven't been embarrassed by your significant other
Where
before?
were you when my man got engaged?
If
Where
that
were you?
I had secondhand embarrassment because that felt like the percolator all over again. I was so embarrassed for her. Through the fire.
Through the fire.
If you know, you know. If you've seen that episode, then you know what the percolator story is. I'm not telling it again.
I just feel like there have been some major events in
Mhm.
Jonathan Majors' public life, I guess we'll say. And we ain't seen you. Now, when it's
I don't think we would.
convenient, you want to tell GQ, yeah, that's my boy. No,
That was
fuck that.
that wasn't a good look. Based on the way that Michael B. Jordan has been branded for so many years, it wasn't a good look for him to come out and publicly support him while that case was going on. And
The
I
case
don't
been over.
Yeah, the case has been over, but it's also been quiet since then. Okay, so what? I'm confused because are you talking about? You said he wasn't talking about Michael B. Jordan all that time, and you're saying he's only now coming out and saying something. You're asking where
About
he
Jonathan
was,
Majors.
right? You're asking where he was, but I'm saying like I don't believe that he would have come out during that time and publicly supported Jonathan Majors. And then you're saying, but it's been over.
Then are you my boy?
I don't think they are boys. I think that is something for the public. But that's what I was trying to tell you. And then you said, "Oh, but they are." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I just thought these were two people who did a movie together. I didn't realize that they were friends."
I'm saying that Michael B. Jordan is saying that's my boy. And I'm saying the evidence looks like the opposite.
Well, also, what does
It
that
looks
mean
like
to
it's
him?
convenient now because you want to work with the man.
Sure. No, I agree that in order to, this may sound bad, but I mean, this is what they do, right? Like he's priming the audience at this point. Michael B. Jordan is a household name, if you will. So him giving his approval of Jonathan Majors is the beginning of, because if I'm Michael B. Jordan, I don't want to hear nothing y'all got to say. I don't want anybody coming out and saying I did something wrong when I cast this man or when Ryan Coogler cast this man in the next movie. So what I need to do is to start setting up the building blocks so that by the time we get to the movie has moved past production, everybody's on board, or at the very least not really thinking about anything that happened previously. He's got to
And,
start doing that now.
and you can do that without saying, that's my boy.
You can, but also people
You
speak.
can say he's an immensely talented actor. I think he would be perfect for the role we're trying to reprise and the show we would like to build around his character in the upcoming Creed Universe show. You could say a lot of complimentary shit that's not, that's my boy.
You can. I think that means something different to everybody. I don't think that everybody thinks that that means the same thing, and that's why I'm like, I don't know that he put so much weight on the phrase "that's my boy" as maybe someone else would. Um, because a lot of that stuff is Hollywood shit, and we know that. Like people say things for the cameras, for the interviewer, for the public. They don't necessarily mean literally that is my best friend. That's my guy. I love him so much. We hang out on the weekends or in my free time. I don't know that it means that, you know?
I don't like it.
I understand. I get what you're saying. I'm not justifying it in any way. I'm just saying I don't, when reading that, I didn't think to myself, oh, like these are close friends or anything like that. I didn't take it that way. I just took it as, oh, that's my guy. He's great. Like, but not like we hang out.
Don't call me
Because
your
my
girl.
guess is my my guess is, and I listen, I agree with you. I don't like when people mislabel relationships or they mislabel like how we know each other.
Like, you ever been cool with a nigga? Well, or anybody, don't gotta be a guy, but you ever been cool with somebody? But like, just cool. Like,
Hmm.
friend level one.
Hmm.
And they walking around saying, "Oh yeah, Dash, that's my best friend. Did you know
Yep.
Dash and me, we're best friends. We've known each other since." What are you, yo, fam? What you doing?
Or just even calling someone a friend to me is everybody's not your friend. So sometimes it's very jarring to hear somebody say, "Oh, my friend Dash." I almost said the other name. My friend Dash, and I'm like, "Oh, are we? Are did we get there?"
Because he
So
wasn't with
I
me
get
shooting in
it.
the gym. Like,
Right, I get it. I totally understand like being reluctant to, like, you don't want to commit to that label, and I totally get that. And I get that what he's saying again probably means more to some people than they do. I don't like I'm not
cause,
gonna call
cause, cause why
everybody.
your boy ain't in Sinners shooting at vampires with you?
I don't have an answer to that question. But
Come on.
yeah, I think that, this was one of those situations where he was probably told, lay low, we're gonna try to figure this thing out. So lay low, and hopefully things will be all right when the trial is over, and then we'll come back around and figure it out if we're able to. That's how I feel. And I feel like now people are, the dust has settled, and people are now aligning themselves with him slowly again. That's what this feels like. It feels like they were like, we got to put a pin in this. And now the coast is clear.
All right. Well,
Doesn't make it right, but I just think that's how the fakeness of that type of world works.
I don't like
Yeah, I understand.